guys, welcome back to Your Wine Girl. So I am starting a new series called Can You Dig It? Canned Wine. So Your Wine Girl's Canned Wine. We're doing a canned wine series to say goodbye to summer. So we are nearing the end of August and coming up on Labor Day, which means usually that the summer is over. It's time to go back to school, time to go back to our everyday adventures, but there's still some parties that you can attend to. There's still some occasions that you can still have one last hurrah. And so for me, that is going to be canned wine. Every video I'm going to just do a different canned wine. I'm going to try to do a different varietal or a different type, because there are so many canned wines out there now, guys. My goodness, I've been doing canned wine reviews here and there for about a year or two now, but it has exploded. There are so many canned wines out there. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to try to hit as many different wineries as I can and different types, but there are a lot. So let's get started. We have today Underwood, and this is the Riesling Radler. So let's go here. Maybe you guys can see a little better. The Riesling Radler, this is going to be from Oregon. Underwood makes several different kinds. They have like a rosé, a sparkling rosé, Pinot Noir, Pinot Gris are some of their most popular ones. But this is a brand new one that I have seen. It's Riesling Radler, and why do you think I picked it? I mean, look at this label. It's amazing. Look at that. There's a toucan. It's like you're in the forest. It's like a tropical paradise on there. So that's why I picked it, because some of us, the way we buy wine is by the label, and that's not a bad thing per se at all. But so I wanted to try this out and see how it goes. So cool thing about this is that, as you see, it says Riesling Radler. If you know anything, guys, Riesling is a wine, and then it's sweet. They can be dry, but for the most part they're sweet. And Radler is a beer term that usually means that it's going to be made with some kind of juice. It's usually a beer plus a juice. Or another word for it is shandy. Radler is the English term. Shandy is kind of like the American term. So if y'all ever see grapefruit shandy, that means it's grapefruit juice plus beer. That's why they're a little bit sweet. So I thought this was going to be interesting, because it's like, we got Riesling, a wine plus a beer. And it actually tells you on the back of the can, right here, guys, that it actually has Riesling, water, grapefruit, malt, hops, sugar, and sea salt. So it tells you right there what's in it, what to expect, basically. That, okay, there's going to be wine, there's going to be grapefruit juice, and there's going to be hops and malt. So this is going to be really cool to try. I'm really excited. They try to put this as for the everyday summertime adventure, people who love wine, just want to, enjoy their paradise. So I got this, guys, at Central Market here in Dallas for about $5.99. I know it's at Central Market locations, and as I said, wine is booming. Canned wine is booming everywhere, so it's probably going to be at your retail location. $5.99 for a 12-ounce can, so that's okay. 12 ounces is what your standard beer size is. So, and you're looking at about 2 standard wine glass pours in here, or actually about 3, maybe about 2.5 to 3, depending on who you're asking. So, and because it is first a wine, Riesling Radler, I decided to pour it into a wine glass. Yeah. So look at that color. Wow. That is, oh man, I can already smell it from here. I can already smell grapefruit is really strong. The grapefruit aroma is just, it's a beautiful smell. It's nice and golden, guys, light golden. As you can see, all the carbonation that's in it. So just tiny little bubbles. Not a whole bunch of carbonation, but if I swirl it, you can see more's coming out. Ooh, it's like makes me think of a gold, like it looks like beer almost. The color is very nice and golden, so it makes me not think of wine, first off, or more of like a sparkling, maybe a sparkling wine possibly, but I think more of beer when I first see this. So, ooh, wow, grapefruit. I get almost like some papaya. Definitely get like an orange that has been like sitting and it's overripe orange smell. Ooh, yeah. Lemon. The shandy part of this, or the Radler part of this, is very, very prominent. And then I definitely get like the yeast, but it's like that malt and the yeast, and I definitely get the malty smell. I don't get too much Riesling influence, honestly. Oh, that's tasty. It's tart. Surprisingly, not a lot of malt taste to it. I really don't get any hops. Like there's none of that hoppy, bitter taste to it, even though it's, and 3 ingredients from the end. So I guess the hops is more of the like an added preservative that they're trying to do with this, because I don't taste any hops or smell any hops. So right off the bat, it's got a tiny bit of sweetness, but then that zing of the grapefruit, and really I get more of that kind of lemon zing, like hits you right after that. So it's more of like you barely have tasted it in your mouth and you already get that zing right as soon as it hits your lips. And then it goes down, and almost the finish to it is like a Riesling backbone. So you do get a little bit of that whetstone, that high acidity, the minerality to it, but it goes away really quickly. So like it goes down the back of your throat, and then it has kind of like this, it's a very short finish. So it means it doesn't linger. It's got more of like a water finish. This is actually surprisingly addictive. Wow. So if you guys are fans of, say, grapefruit shandies or any of the Radlers, like the Carbach Lemon Ginger Radler is one of my favorites out there, you guys would really enjoy this. It's not quite as sweet as the shandies that I just listed, like especially the Leinenkugel's grapefruit shandy. That one's pretty darn sweet to me. So this is not as sweet as that. This makes me think more of the Carbach Lemon Ginger, how they have that lemon zing to it. But once again, it's not quite as sweet, like sugary sweet, like most of your Radlers and shandies have. This has definitely got the finish and the taste of the Riesling in it. So at the beginning, you get that, here is my grapefruit, but don't forget about the Riesling. That's pretty much what I'm getting, is that right up front, it makes you want more, has a nice smooth finish, doesn't taste like beer at the end, which to me sometimes, if it has a lot of beer taste to it, like that hoppy finish, sometimes it makes me not want as much. So I like that this has a nice, clean, short finish that's very refreshing, and it makes me want more. As you can see, I've had like three sips. I really enjoy this. So I can really see this for me as an end of summer enjoyment with friends, or just sitting outside by myself, because I might just drink this whole dang can by myself. Sorry, Hubs. So yeah, guys, this is really, do not be misled that, oh my gosh, it's going to have beer and it's got hops and malt all in it, because honestly, when I first picked it up and I read it, and I'm like, I don't know, we're going to see how this goes, but I just love the can. I love the label on this. So don't be misled by that, guys. It's really unique. I really enjoy it. I am starting to kind of feel a little bit of the buzz that we've got from it, and I was trying to find the alcohol content. It is 3% alcohol actually, so that's actually right up there with your shandies and Radlers, because I believe most of them are about 3%. So I'm surprised it's hitting me this hard, but I guess maybe because of the carbonation. Yeah, this is going down easy. This is a really good patio pounder sitting outside. So this, guys, would be really good with your seafood dishes that you are probably going to grill outside one last time. Man, salads, this would be really, really good with salads. Anything that has, if you're eating something pretty fatty, this has got a nice acidity to it, so it'll help cut through that. You can maybe try something spicy with this. It's not quite as sweet as a regular Riesling to where it would counteract, but you could do a little bit of something spicy with it. Definitely the grill would be really good. Oh, I could just have this with some shrimp tacos. A little bit of that red pepper. Oh man, that'd be good right now. So, alright guys. So this is the Underwood Riesling Radler, part of my Can You Dig It can wine series, the end of summer celebration. This is about maybe $5.99, maybe $6, maybe give or take, depending on where you're going to purchase it. It's about 3% alcohol. It is from Oregon, one of my favorite places for wine country. Absolutely love Oregon wine. It's a wine-beer mix, and this really is pleasing for everybody. I don't see anybody that really could hate this unless they just are not a fan of maybe some sweet wine. But it's very, very refreshing, guys. So pick one up today and stay tuned for my next wine for our canned wine series. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Cheers. Bye.